What's up, everybody? It's your main man Bennett back here and again. And today, thank you for joining me. We're going to go ahead and do another prediction video about the NFL Week 5. Let's just get into it. Ha! That's right. Welcome back to another installment of these videos here. And before we get into Week 5, got to take a look at Week 4. Before we do 5, got to do 4. How did we do? Well, let's take a little look. Did so-so. Unfortunately, my Bears upset of the week call did not come to fruition, which takes my upsets to 2-2. Kind of mediocre, very average, 50-50. Not anything to be proud of. Overall, though, my record for predicting was 10-5. The Tennessee Titans game got postponed, so I'm just going to throw that out altogether. And so I went 10-5 this week. That's pretty good. You know, it's like going 2-1, and I'll take it. Takes my overall record for the year up to 42-20-1. So, not bad. I like I've said before, I don't really know what I was expecting. I'm noticing that a lot of favorites are winning. So, good job, Vegas. But without further ado, let's go into this week's slate of games. And let's start with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Chicago Bears. That's right. Going with the Bucks. The Bucks are coming. You know, they were some people's Super Bowl prediction favorite. You know, just with all the names on paper. They got a lot of talented pieces, a lot of good tools. And Thomas Brady, you know, looking good. Nick Foles is still an experiment. You know, it's like if you have Nick Foles coming off the bench, he's a superstar, an all-star, maybe even an all-pro. If you have him as your starter, you're probably not going to win. He's just not very good. So I'm looking for the Buccaneers to take the road win here. And so that's that. We'll move on to the next game. The next game is the Buffalo Bills at the Tennessee Titans. Titans are dealing with a lot of the COVID stuff. Sounds like they have no more positive tests, which is very good. And unfortunately for the Titans, though, the Bills are for real. I just think that the Bills have every tool that they will need to defeat the Titans. Their defensive line is good, so you should be able to stop King Henry from amassing a bunch of running yards to wear down the defense, to then have Banana throw up a bunch of passes. I just think that the Bills have what it takes to get the win. So, voting for the Bills on this one, we move on to the Jacksonville Jaguars. Bam, bam, bam. At the Houston Texans, who are coachless. Just lost their coach. Bill O'Brien got fired recently. He's the coach and GM in one. Good. Screw that guy. He traded away DeAndre Hopkins, who's arguably the best receiver in all of football. And I don't know what he has to show for it. I don't know. They got David Johnson. And look, David Johnson's a really good piece. I think David Johnson's great. It's not David Johnson from years past, right? But I still think David Johnson's really good, especially he's on my fantasy team. I'm rooting for him. And Deshaun Watson is a great player. But the Texans need some help, and it starts with a new coach. So we have an interim coach. I think they're going to play hard. I'm going with the Texans on this one. I don't trust the Jaguars. I don't care if they have anybody, DJ Chark. Going with the Texans. I think that even without a coach, they're going to come and play, because now they're playing for each other. The team is now fully unified because there's no overarching Bill O'Brien situation. So that's getting my vote. We move on to the Cincinnati Bengals at the Baltimore Ravens. Divisional game. Joe Burrow got his first win of his career. Good job, Joey. But you're dealing with Lamaris Jacksonis, which is a very rare species of person. And Baltimore's been favored in almost every game. They lost to the Chiefs, and I picked them to win that game. So the Bengals are not the Chiefs. I'm picking the Ravens. We move on to the Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons. That's right. Another divisional game. Panthers actually did pretty damn good against the Cardinals. Really surprised to see how well Teddy Bridgewater performed. And, I do think that the Panthers are a pretty underrated team. If they had that, Christian McCaffrey still rolling, I think they'd be even better. But I'm going to go with the Atlanta Falcons here. Todd Gurley seems to be getting his legs. skin his legs on out from under him, and Matty Ice can sling that thing. Calvin Ridley needs to show up, and Julio Jones needs to show out. I feel like they're just drastically underperforming. But I'm going to go with the Falcons, the home team here. I just think that they're going to do enough to get the win. Moving on to the next contest, we have the Las Vegas Raiders at the Kansas City Chiefs, and I'm going with the Chiefs. I'm not even going to waste any of your time. It's a divisional game. I think the Raiders are actually a pretty damn good team. But you're going to Arrowhead, you're playing Patrick Mahomes. Chiefs win. Next, we have the Arizona Cardinals at the New York Jets. And going with the Cardinals. I love Kyler Murray. I think that his relationship with D-Hop is just going to improve as time goes on. The past couple games, I do see Kyler Murray making some very just naive, youthful mistakes. He is in year 2, and you're going to learn. There's a big learning curve coming in the NFL, and he's not like a Lamar Jackson. He's a totally different creature. Don't get the two confused. They're very, very different players. They have a totally different style. Just because they can break away and they're little and they're kind of nimbly bimbly, they boop boop boop. They kind of get the running yards. But I'm going with the Cardinals here. I like them a lot, and I'm expecting them to win. Spoiler alert: I'm doing another week of NFC West teams winning. So moving on, we have the Philadelphia Eagles at the Pittsburgh Steelers. Steelers got a free vacation week, it looks like, and I'm going with the Steelers. The Eagles are trash. Get them out. Pittsburgh for the win. We move on, the LA Rams at the Washington Football Team, and although the Washington Football Team's not that bad, not as bad as maybe some might say, they actually, they still are. They're still a bottom tier team, and the Rams are not. The Rams are an above average, underperforming team. Very different. NFC West is not to be trifled with. One of the winningest divisions in all of football at this point, and the Rams are going to get a win here. Right? There you go. Moving on, we have the Miami Dolphins. The Miami Dolphins at, that was like the Swedish Dolphins at the San Francisco 49ers. And if you watched that Niners game this past week and saw what Kittle can do, he is a dynamo. He is incredible. He's Gronk 2.0. I'm giving it to the Niners on this one. We move on to the New York Giants at Dallas Cowboys. And I'm worried. I'm honestly a little worried about my pick. I'm picking the Cowboys because the Cowboys are supposed to win. They should win this game, and they probably will win this game. The home team, Giants aren't very good right now. It's weird. I got weird energy. When I'm just looking at it, I'm just... But I'm going with the boys. How about them? We'll find out. Next, we have the Denver Broncos at the New England Patriots. And, Patriots, it really doesn't matter who the quarterback is. The Patriots are a very dynamic team, incredibly good coach. I don't know what if Cam Newton's going to be in this game or how long that COVID protocol is. I don't know. But the Broncos are not ready for this jelly. And their Patriots are at home. I think the Patriots are just going to do what it need be done to just keep the clamps on Denver. Patriots defense is still very strong, and so I'm giving them the victory here. Next, we have the Indianapolis Colts at the Cleveland Browns. And let's go ahead and bring up the ticker. Oh, there it is. Breaking news, because I'm calling the upset alert. Upset alert. Upset alert. The Browns are going to win. They're the home dogs. It's the dog pound. The road favorite is the Colts with Phillip Rivers. I mean, the Colts have been surprising a lot of people with how well they've been performing on both sides of the ball and special teams. Phillip Rivers is talking so much trash. It's very fun to watch. But at the end of the day, Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, Baker is starting to slowly mature. I feel like this season is a very crucial one for him, and he understands that. These are the kind of games you gotta win. This will shut everybody up that's kind of clamoring like, oh, are the Browns going to draft another quarterback next year? It's like, come on, no, Baker's their guy. Let's do it. We got all the pieces we need. I do think that Nick Chubb got banged up pretty good. But Kareem Hunt's just as well. It's like, Browns, just make it happen. Upset alert, baby. Let's go. Okay, moving right along. Now we're going to the prime time Sunday night football game, and it's the Minnesota. The Minnesota Vikings. Pile of trash, but talented. Probably the best team that's performing the worst is the Vikings this year. I've been shocked and stunned. I've been stalked by how they've been acting and performing with the tools that they have, the Adam Thielens of the world, the Dalvin Cooks of the world, and but unfortunately, you're going up against the Seattle Seahawks, baby. Yeah, come on. Russell Wilson's going to throw 17 touchdowns. Chris Carson, Carlos Hyde, DJ Dallas, DK Metcalf, don't matter. Greg Olsen, Will Dissly. They still got Luke Wilson on the team doing some great blocking. I mean, when they did the little thing of like, oh, here are the guys on the team that were on the Super Bowl, they didn't even mention Luke Wilson. And he's on the team. What's the matter with you? Just because he only plays like 2 snaps. Look, Seahawks got it going on. The Dolphins game was a little hairy, to be honest, but they did have like 7 starters out. They had many players that weren't participating just to keep them at bay. They're getting Dunbar back. They're getting Jamal Adams back. I think Nico Thorpe, who's the special teams captain. Like, they're getting a lot of people back this week. The Vikings are going to have to really perform well. And so do I think it's going to happen? No, I don't. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Seattle's going to put the clamps on them, and Seattle's defense is going to improve every week, start getting more turnovers. KJ Wright almost got 3 interceptions this past week against Miami. Now, Vikings are better than Miami, but I'm going with the Hawks on this one. Of course. Come on. This is week 5. That's 5 consecutive Hawk picks. Haven't been wrong yet. So, and that also would conclude all NFC West teams getting a victory this week. Bank on it. That's a good bet. Good parlay. Good 14-er parlay. And finally, the Monday Night Football game. We have the Chargers at the New Orleans Saints, and I'm going with the Saints because I have no faith in the Chargers at all, especially with that Austin Eckler going down. I just don't see the Chargers having enough pieces. They've lost too many key pieces on their defense and now their offense to combat with, I believe Michael Thomas is coming back. And what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Saints have been performing, pretty okay. Not the best this season so far, but if you get Michael Thomas back and he can perform well, then, the Chargers are going to be in some deep trouble. But that's it. Thanks for tuning in to my prediction video this week. Make sure to like or comment if you think these predictions are a bunch of stupid malarkey. And tune in next week and the rest of this season for more predictions or some advice. Make some bets or some wagers, or just see if I'm right. We'll find out together. Mayman Bennett signing off, and of course, go on.